This can't be happening. Not them. Not after everything they've shared. But this week, Dispatch dropped a story that left fans heartbroken and the K-drama world in complete disbelief. Before we dive into the truth behind Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun's rumored rift, don't forget to subscribe for the latest on Korea's most captivating stars and the love stories we thought we knew. Because what started as a quiet whisper has now become a storm. And it all began with a single photo. Dispatch is known for shaking up the industry. They don't publish unless they have something big. So when they release exclusive footage of Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun looking distant, walking just steps apart but worlds away, speculation exploded. No hand-holding. No eye contact. Not even a smile. Just silence. Fans who had been rooting for their rumored romance were stunned. This wasn't a couple who once shared matching accessories, quiet getaways, and those deep, knowing glances on and off screen. This looked like tension. This looked like something was wrong. And then, Dispatch followed it with a statement. Sources close to the two actors confirmed there has been emotional distance for some time. Emotional distance? Those two words set fire to fan forums and social media feeds everywhere. Were Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun drifting apart? Was the beautiful love story we believed in coming to an end? But wait, let's go back. Because the truth is never as simple as a headline. The timing, the context, the silence. It all matters. What Dispatch didn't show in that clip, just hours before it was taken. Lee Min-ho had wrapped a grueling overseas shoot, working through back pain and exhaustion. And Kim Go-eun? She had just returned from a film festival overseas, where insiders reported she looked distracted and distant. Both were tired. Both were under pressure. And both had avoided public appearances together for months. Why? According to a close source, someone who worked on a recent brand campaign with Kim Go-eun, they've been trying to figure things out quietly away from the public eye. It's not a breakup. It's space. Space. That word can mean many things. It can mean time to think, time to breathe, time to protect something that still matters. But fans weren't convinced. More theories began to surface. One claimed that Lee Min-ho was upset over Kim Go-eun's growing closeness with a co-star from her new drama. Another suggested that Kim Go-eun was the one pulling away, trying to focus on her own career without being tied to a relationship under constant scrutiny. Then, the plot thickened. A second report emerged. This time, Dispatch released private texts, allegedly leaked from a staff member, messages that hinted at miscommunication. One read, he said he waited for her to call back that night. She didn't. He's hurt. Another said, she said she felt like he was drifting away, always focused on his next move. But even through those leaks, one thing became clear. They still cared. They weren't angry. They weren't fighting. They were lost. And then, just when fans feared the worst, something unexpected happened. Lee Min-ho posted a message on his private fan platform. No names. No explanations. Just one sentence. The ones we love most are often the ones we hurt without meaning to. It broke hearts. It fueled more rumors. But it also gave fans a glimpse into his side of the story. And just hours later, Kim Go-eun liked the post. That one small action spoke louder than a press release. She saw it. She understood it. And maybe she felt the same. Still, people wanted answers. Was this really just a rough patch? Or were they over for good? That's when another insider stepped forward, this time from Dispatch themselves. In an anonymous online post, someone claiming to be close to the Dispatch team wrote, "We've seen them together. Even after the distance, there's something there. We don't believe it's over. Not yet." And maybe they were right. Because the very next day, Kim Go-eun was spotted visiting a quiet art gallery in Seoul. No fans. No press. But according to witnesses, she wasn't alone. A tall man in a cap and mask walked beside her. No cameras followed, but a fan recognized his voice as he spoke softly near the entrance. It was Lee Min-ho. And just like that, the narrative shifted again. They weren't avoiding each other. They were protecting each other. From headlines, from assumptions, from a public that watches every move. Because sometimes the greatest challenge in a relationship isn't falling in love. It's staying in love when the world keeps pulling you apart. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun have always been private, careful, respectful, but they've also been human. And maybe this moment, this rift, wasn't ending, but a test. And now, it seems they're quietly passing it, one day at a time. No announcements, no damage control, just quiet steps toward healing. Still, the impact of the rumors hasn't faded. Dispatch's photos, despite being raw and real, tell only part of the story. A snapshot is not a conclusion. It's a question. And now, it seems both Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun are answering it. Not with interviews, but with presence. He showed up, she responded, and somewhere in between, they're rebuilding trust. Fans across the world are now sending messages of support. Hashtags like hashtag Protect Min-hoon and hashtag Love is Quiet are trending globally. Fan art letters and videos are pouring in, not because people want a fantasy, but because they believe in something real. Something that doesn't need perfection to survive. Because even the strongest relationships go through storms. And love? It's not measured by smiling red carpet photos. It's measured by who stays, even when it's hard. So what's next? Insiders say the couple is recalibrating. They're continuing to focus on their careers, but with more communication behind the scenes. No official breakup. No dramatic statements. Just a mutual understanding that love doesn't always have to be public to be powerful. And Dispatch? They've since gone quiet. No follow-ups. No retractions. Almost as if they, too, realized this wasn't a scandal. It was a moment. A very human moment between two people caught between fame and feeling. So here's what we know. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun may not have a perfect love story, but they have a real one. One that's been tested by time, distance, and public pressure. And still, somehow it remains. They might not be in a picture-perfect phase right now. But maybe, just maybe, they're in the part of their story where things get real. Where love matures. Where feelings deepen. Where silence isn't goodbye, but a quiet promise to figure things out together. Because real love isn't always loud. Sometimes it whispers, this can't be happening. And then answers, but we'll get through it. Together. So don't lose hope. This story isn't over. Not by a long shot. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter of Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun's emotional journey.